A Horseman in the Sky by Ambrose Bierce. In the autumn of 1861, during the tumultuous times of the Civil War, a young soldier named Carter Drews lay hidden in a thicket of laurel by the side of a winding road in western Virginia. The sun shone brightly, casting a golden glow over the rugged landscape, but Carter's heart was weighed down by the gravity of his duty. Carter hailed from a wealthy family entrenched in the Confederate cause, but he had chosen to fight for the Union, a decision that tore his family apart. One fateful morning, he had stood resolute at the breakfast table and declared to his father, "Father, a Union regiment has arrived at Grafton. I am going to join it." His father's face remained impassive, masking a whirlwind of emotions as he replied, "Well, go, sir, and whatever may occur, do what you conceive to be your duty." These words echoed in Carter's mind as he lay prone, his rifle loosely clasped in his hand, fighting to stay vigilant at his post. Suddenly, as if by an unseen force, Carter awoke. Instinctively, he raised his head and peered through the dense foliage. There, on a high precipice, stood a solitary horseman, motionless and majestic against the azure sky. The figure was so striking that for a fleeting moment, Carter believed he was gazing upon a grand monument, a testament to some forgotten hero of a bygone era. The horseman, clad in a gray uniform, sat erect and proud on his steed, the reins held firmly in his left hand, a carbine resting across the saddle pommel. The entire scene was etched with such clarity that it seemed carved from marble, every detail illuminated by the brilliant afternoon sun. Carter's pulse quickened as he grasped the gravity of the situation. If this horseman discovered the hidden Union soldiers in the valley below, their entire stratagem would be jeopardized. Steeling himself, Carter brought the butt of his rifle to his cheek, aiming squarely at the horseman's chest. His finger hovered over the trigger, ready to fire, when the horseman turned and seemed to look directly at him. In that heart-stopping moment, Carter was overwhelmed by a surge of conflicting emotions. Is it then so terrible to kill an enemy in war? He pondered. His hands shook, and he nearly let the rifle slip from his grasp. He recalled his father's parting words, "Do what you conceive to be your duty." Resolute, Carter steadied his aim. He could not allow the horsemen to escape with their secret. Yet, as he watched, he noticed movement below in the valley. A line of soldiers and horses was making its way to a stream for water, clearly visible from the cliff. It dawned on Carter that the horsemen might not have detected them after all. With renewed determination, Carter shifted his aim to the horse. "If I shoot the horse, the rider will fall, and our secret will remain safe," he reasoned. Taking a deep breath, he exhaled slowly, steadied his hand, and fired. The report of the rifle echoed through the valley. The horse reared up, then, as if in slow motion, both horse and rider plummeted over the edge of the precipice. Meanwhile, at the base of the cliff, a Union officer exploring the area glanced up and witnessed an astonishing sight. A man on horseback appeared to be descending from the heavens. Overcome with amazement and trepidation, the officer collapsed to the ground, his mind reeling. When he looked again, the vision had vanished, leaving only the stillness of the forest. The officer returned to camp, shaken to his core. When his commander inquired if he had gleaned any useful intelligence, the officer replied, "Yes, sir. There is no road leading down into this valley from the southward." The commander, well aware of the terrain, merely smiled. After firing his shot, Carter reloaded his rifle and resumed his watch. Moments later, a sergeant stealthily approached him and whispered, "Did you fire?" "Yes," Carter replied quietly. "At what?" "A horse. It was standing on yonder rock, pretty far out. You see, it is no longer there. It went over the cliff." The sergeant's face turned ashen. "Was there anybody on the horse?" he asked. "Yes." "Well?" "My father." The sergeant rose to his feet, visibly shaken, and walked away, muttering, "Good God." Carter remained at his post, his heart heavy with sorrow yet steadfast in his resolve. He had made an excruciating choice, placing his duty above his personal anguish. And so, the legend of Carter Druce and the Horseman in the sky was etched into the annals of history, a poignant reminder of the brutal and tragic choices faced during the Civil War. The end.